This poem is called Today in the Dominican Republic. I wrote this in the autumn of 2014 in my visit, my sojourn there. Wonderful people, a country that is full of history in all its different contexts. A pleasure to have been there. Today in the Dominican Republic. Today you can feel the most Caribbean rhythm if your soul is open. Today a dog sleeps along the cobblestone street, along Avenida Duarte, uninterested if the multitude pass by him or step over him. Today a Dominican sells belts, wrapping his thoughts around all persuasive skills he possesses. His tigre personality gives him a crystal blue persuasion outlook to allow him to decipher every visitor's character and weak spot within the first 10 seconds of observing them. Some call it emotional or commercial intelligence. Others refer to it simply as the hustle mentality. Who knows? Today, a Dominican Rastafari welcomes and greets all who he encounters. It's an imperative and essential aspect of his religion. Today, two Dominican ladies carry on a clandestine conversation that is very much their own. It's not the first, and it will not be the last. Today, a young teenager walks alongside her mother as she recites a poem that she is persistent at getting right. Her mother walks headstrong, leading as she proselytizes her daughter to the realities of her particular understanding of the world. Her thoughts don't seem to be edifying in nature. They seem to be releasing pent-up frustration. The daughter listens and knows not to interrupt. Today, the tigres argue polemically about their immediate ills. They inspire and implore each other to use their wisdom in dealing with their offspring. Today, a youngster kicks the soccer ball on Plaza Colón, practicing to be a future prospect at a World Cup showing. The Dominican flag gives great motivation. An older compatriot steps in and fine-tunes the youngster's footing to help him reach his goal. Today, the gray doves fly back and forth under the shadows cast by the plaza's trees. My soul is rejuvenated as it sits in the epicenter of Santo Domingo. Here I sit. I do not wish to do otherwise. Poetry is happening through my thought processes. Today, middle-aged businessmen walk by explaining their frustration over deals they felt were a sure thing. Frustration is evident in their voice as they vocalize their wrath. I can see that uneasiness is a friend that walks hand in hand with them daily. Today, Italians dining next to me carry on the polemical dialogues about God, their fragile family structures, and the many political power struggles they sense. Their conversations go on and on for an eternity. I pay my bill and move on to understand more about Santo Domingo. Today, the Haitians who have migrated from the west sit along the avenue streets next to El Barrio Chino, looking out at the world. Based on their facial and physical expressions, their dreams and idealism seem to have left them some time ago. Today, a Dominican family passes by and stops as the mother adjusts their baby girl's clothing. The family waits for the fulfillment of this event. Their humanity, selflessness, and values are validated right before my eyes. Today, a middle-aged Dominican walks as she holds an umbrella over her head. Her demeanor lets you know that she has many, many thoughts, conducting a marathon in her mind. Today, a disabled woman passes before me. Her closed right eye and far-reaching left eye struggles to see. She doesn't speak or ask for a handout. I am moved to no end by her dogged determination. Today, two men in their 40s speak about things that give them plenty of laughter. Arrogance and hubris seem to have been left behind in their distant youth. They walk away with smiles that lets you know that the world is not so bad after all, if one has a love for what truly matters. Today, two young gals walk along courting the world's essence. You wish them the best in their journey. They walk along with colors reminiscent of the beautiful peacocks who commune on the other side of Puerto Marquez in Acapulco. Today, a very serious Dominican with gray hair walks forward with a very stern look. His sights look constantly toward the cement. I wonder, dear friend, look up every now and then. I want your soul to feel warmth and love. As a cracked vessel that I am, I stay silent. I know I've got work still to do to become a better me. Today, the Tigres conduct a forum to discuss the possibility of allowing foreigners to occupy this Dominican title afforded to men with eclectic abilities. An Italian is currently making his case before this committee. A lot of bickering and boisterous talk is occurring. Pure Babylon. Today, I cannot see the semblance of the Taino. Disease, but mostly slaughter, was the cause of their extermination. A Dominican I meet points toward the Spanish flag to give a quiet hint. Fray Montesinos is still reciting his righteous indignation against the Spanish colonial reality. Montesinos releases his fiery speech in perpetuity toward the Caribbean Sea and the world. Today, the morning's coffee tastes just right. Its dark hue forewarns me of the dark proclivities that its dictator Trujillo left. They probably still pervade in some form, I think to myself. Stick around long enough, and I imagine you just might see them with your own eyes. Today, white and black Dominicans stop bickering amongst themselves and begin talking about the Haitian migration that has made itself quite at home in Santo Domingo. Their presence creates uneasiness in their national clan, as these immigrants carry 3 to 4 oral languages in their linguistic repertoire. Today, the Chinese too carve and continue to expand their commercial tentacles in this downtown metropolis. Mine eyes have seen the same reality in Costa Rica, Panama, Mexico, and now in the Caribbean. It's a pressure valve, a way to release an economic Chinese diaspora, I surmise. Today, the artists work unrelentingly on their canvases next to La Plaza Colón. They can see particulars that the common eye cannot. Try talking to one of these artists as they work on their work of art, and you will get a lot of silence in return. I applaud their dedication and focus. Today, a dog laying in the middle of the congested walkways looks up at me. Her sad eyes speak volumes. She peers the other way and lays her head down on the street. Her tail moves not. She looks very, very tired, as if she has just made the long pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela. Today, a Dominican is on the move. He passes through Avenida Duarte with great haste. He bellows as he chats by phone with an acquaintance. I marvel at the speed at which they travel. I wonder, is the Holy Grail awaiting him? Clearly, his modus operandi functions well for him. Let me be open to taking in this perspective. Today, two elderly men at the shopping center answer the perennial question as to why older men flock to shopping centers to sit and observe. They inform me that the youth give purpose to their lives. They tell me that they are adamant in declaring that the people are all that matter in this world. They seem very sincere in their declaration. Today, a Dominican guide cannot show me a living example of one of their native indigenous, the Tainos. I am quite bothered by that utterance from a bona fide guide of all things Dominican. Today, I'm on the hotel terrace overlooking Las Ruinas de San Francisco, historic ruins that were witness to the barbarity from the Dominican dictator Rafael Trujillo. A red light flickers on and off from this magnificent monument. I inquire as to the love the people have for their former leader nowadays. The Dominicanos are quite ambivalent in their answers. Trujillo's psychic terror clearly has left its shadows. A red light hovers and blinks on and off over this national landmark. Today, a cool breeze caresses my soul's essence on this placid evening. The night sky is a heaven that inoculates me with rays of sunshine. I know that my loved ones watch over me tonight. Today, a Haitian in his early 20s asks me in Spanish if I'm enjoying my travels. I am intrigued by his curiosity. I inform him that I was thinking of Toussaint Louverture. I inquire if he's heard of Toussaint. He says he doesn't know the man. When I ask him if he knows what Haiti's international airport is called, he clarifies and informs me that he does know Toussaint Louverture. He answers all of this in a clear Dominican Spanish dialect. His Spanish linguistic abilities do not give away his Haitian reality to the common ear. However, he appears uneasy and looks away. Today, a Dominican advises me of the areas that a visitor should avoid for their safety. I thank him for his advice, which I understand comes from a compassionate place. He understands that I am traveling through this country alone. I still walk through the thick of that area with common sense and come out on the other side. Today, Cuba and Puerto Rico pine to be closer to the Dominican Republic to attempt to unite the Caribbean Pangea of the Antilles. Today, so much can happen in just one day, you see.